जय राधा जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो गोपी जन वल्लभा जयो गिरिवरधारी जयो गिरिवरधारी जयो राधा माधव जयो कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारि जयो राधा माधव जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव जयो कुंज बिहारी नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय सच्चिनंदन जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे जय राधा माधव राधे जय राधा दामोदर राधे जय राधा पार्थसारथी राधे जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव, जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन, जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान। जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव गुरुदेव, जय जय गुरुदेव। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल 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 हरि बोल। हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि
हरि हरि हरि बोल।
जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते बीबी गोविंद स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखावितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। सभी उपस्थित भक्तों की जय। ओहो, आज इशिता आई है। आफ्टर हाउ लॉन्ग इशिता?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. I
Hari
just
Bol.
came back day before yesterday.
You came back?
Yeah.
From?
Pune.
कितना time?
I was there for like 2.5 weeks.
अच्छा, गुड गुड, यू आर बैक। तुम्हें भी अच्छा लग रहा है वापस आके या नहीं?
हाँ, because I'm back in my routine. Otherwise, parents को छोड़ के तो नहीं लगता अच्छा, but I'm back in my routine now.
मैं तो शहर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कह रही थी, पुणे टू गुड़गांव।
नहीं, बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लग रहा।
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, मैं होती तो मैं भी नहीं आती। So very okay. First of all, नीलम, आपने 2 बार पूछा ग्रुप के ऊपर to post the PPTs. And I did not post them because I will be sharing the PPTs during the class. And as I explain and I share the PPT is when you will get most benefit out of it. आपको अगर मैं एडवांस में PPTs भेज दूंगी, you are only going to get distracted during class because you're going to look at it. You need these PPTs to prepare your presentations. So they will help you and they render service to you after you have understood the concept and then to revise. But beforehand, sending you the PPTs is not a very good idea. Okay, because this is how I have done in the first 3 chapters also. After we finish the chapter, I have posted the PPTs. Then when you're reading it and you're going through it, because it has already been explained, it makes sense. But मैं आप जो वर्सेस अभी मैंने किए ही नहीं है, उनको मैं एडवांस में अगर आपको PPTs दे दूंगी, आप उसी को देखते रहेंगे while I'm speaking in class. It's not
No, the
advisable.
purpose was that as I use Zoom on phone, it becomes difficult for me to see with the screen which you're sharing, because then I save it in the drive and then I open it in my tab. That was my purpose, because it becomes difficult for me to see the PDF. तो मुझे zoom in out करते रहना पड़ता है left right.
On your, you see the class on your tab?
No, phone.
अच्छा, so वो tab में नहीं खुल पाएगा आपकी क्लास?
नहीं, वो zoom पे नहीं, वो नहीं हो पाता है tab.
अच्छा, Zoom is not working on your tab.
Yeah. So that was my purpose, as I use for the Bhakti Vriksha modules also.
अच्छा. Okay. So we did till verse 8, है ना, last time, and all of you remembered that we did lastly the Purush avatars, the 6 kind of avatars that Krishna has, and we actually saw the whole vast, complicated way in Krishna expands and re-expands and re-expands. And we also learned the difference between avatar and plenary portions. Jab spiritual world say the Lord decides to come to the material world, he becomes an avatar. But in the spiritual world, there are no avatars. In the spiritual world, there are plenary expansions. For example, Krishna expands into Balaram. Balaram is his plenary expansion. And you have expansions of the plenary expansions. Matlab Balaram se aage Shankarshan, then Shankarshan se aage Chaturvyuh. So there are just plenary expansions in the spiritual world. But when they descend to the material world, it becomes, they are called avatar. Avatar means he who descends. मतलब ऊपर से नीचे उतरे, उसको हम अवतार बोलते हैं. Spiritual world में कोई ऊपर से नीचे कहीं नहीं गया. They are in the same zone. So they are called plenary expansions. So as you read Prabhupada's translations, you will not be confused by these terms. Plenary expansions and avatar. Clear? All right. So, YG, our verse chanter.
Hi.
Hare Krishna. Welcome, YG. Hare Krishna. Are we ready? Chapter 4, verse 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma neti mameti sorjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna.
Okay, so this is in continuation to the previous verse where he says that to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear, millennium after millennium. This is what he said. The primary reason, as we saw, was what? उनके आने का primary reason क्या था? You can raise your hand, whoever wants to say. Now, what is the main reason for Krishna's coming? Yes, Anjali.
To protect the sadhus and the pious, and to punish or to annihilate the demoniac, and to re-establish the fundamentals of religion and Krishna consciousness.
So main reason क्या था?
To protect the sadhus.
So basically he comes भक्तों के लिए, मारने के लिए नहीं आते हैं वो. मारने के लिए उनकी फूंक ही काफी है. उनकी एक eyebrow ही will raise जाएंगे सारे. He doesn't have to come for this टुच्चा काम. He comes for his devotees. That's a bigger purpose. अपने भक्तों के प्रेम के लिए आते हैं. This is what we learn. Now, in the 9th verse, he's saying, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. So let's read the purport quickly. The Lord's descent from his transcendental abode is already explained in the 6th verse. है ना? 6th verse क्या था? Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. This was the 6th verse, right? So one who can understand the truth of the appearance of the personality of Godhead is already liberated from material bondage. And therefore he returns to the kingdom of God immediately after quitting this present material body. Such liberation of the living entity from material bondage is not at all easy. The impersonalists and the yogis attain liberation only after much trouble and many, many births. Even then, the liberation that they achieve, which is merging into the impersonal Brahmajyoti of the Lord, is only partial. And there is a risk of returning to this material world. But the devotee, simply by understanding the transcendental nature of the body and the activities of the Lord, attains the abode of the Lord after ending this body and does not run the risk of returning to this material world. Got it? Between the two? We will do it in the PPT in detail. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the Lord has many, many forms and incarnations. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. Although there are many transcendental forms of the Lord, they are still one and the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. One has to understand this fact with conviction. Although it is incomprehensible to mundane scholars and empiric philosophers. Do we know the meanings of this? ये चीज किसी को किन लोगों को समझ नहीं आ सकती that Krishna is the same, it's the one and the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, although he has many, many avatars. One has to understand this fact with conviction. Although it is incomprehensible, मतलब समझना मुश्किल है, visualize करना मुश्किल है. किसके लिए? Mundane scholars. Who are mundane scholars?
Who speculate religion? People who speculate religion?
People who speculate, yes. Dictionary meaning is those who study this world, this earthly world, rather than spiritual subject matters. They are more interested in this world, this material world. वो spirits, spiritual subject matters, soul, इन सब चीजों में interested नहीं है. वो mundane, इसी धरती को खोदेंगे, इसी में विस्फोट करेंगे, इसी में मेजरिंग टेप से मेजर करने की कोशिश करेंगे, सोल दिख जाएगा तो मानेंगे, उनको mundane scholars कहते हैं. करेक्ट? और empiric philosophers किसको कहते हैं? The dictionary meaning of empiric philosophers is those whose philosophy is based on experience or observation rather than logic or theory. Theory meaning shastra. शास्त्र में विश्वास नहीं रखेंगे, कॉमन सेंस लॉजिक में विश्वास नहीं रखेंगे. Seeing is believing. देख सकते हैं तो मानेंगे, छू सकते हैं तो मानेंगे. Based on experience and observation, they are empiric philosophers. So you can imagine empiric philosophers and mundane scholars के लिए समझना बहुत मुश्किल है who Krishna is. As stated in the Vedas, Purush Bodhini Upanishad, Eko Devo Nitya Leela Nukarto Bhakt Vyapi Hridhi Anantaratma. The one Supreme Personality of Godhead is eternally engaged in many, many transcendental forms in relationships with his unalloyed devotees. This Vedic version is confirmed in this verse of the Gita personally by the Lord. He who accepts this truth on the strength of the authority of the Vedas and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and who does not waste time in philosophical speculations, attains the highest perfectional stage of liberation. Simply by accepting this truth on faith, one can without a doubt attain liberation. So how long does it take to attain liberation? One may ask, liberation में कितना time लगेगा? Any answers? How many lifetimes or one lifetime? Yes, Vinu? आपने हाथ खड़ा किया शायद. You are, हाँ.
In a single moment, one can attain the liberation.
Yes. Very nice. you can get liberated in a second, microsecond. Why? Because it's completely based on faith and the understanding. How long does it take? That Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. अगर ये बात दिल में समा गई और छू गई, you are liberated. Last birth awarded to you. So simple and so easy. Today I was hearing a lecture, morning Srimad Bhagavatam lecture from Sri Vrindavan Dham. There Maharaj was saying, Prabhupada said, so many demigods in the heavenly planets line mein khade hain to take birth in International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Devatas in the heavenly planets are standing in line to take birth in this International Society of Krishna Consciousness, because it is based on Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The only place where Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam are chanted, recited like mad people, again and again and again. And they know that it's the only way to get liberated. Heavenly planet celebration nahi milta. And therefore they are waiting in line laga ke. Matlab, they are not qualified. And the heavenly planets are not qualified. This is the greatness of these two scriptures, Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Simply by accepting this truth in faith, one can without a doubt attain liberation. The Vedic version, Tat Tvam Asi, is actually applied in this case. Anyone who understands Lord Krishna to be the supreme, or who says unto the Lord, you are the same supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead, is certainly liberated instantly. And consequently, his entrance into the transcendental association of the Lord is guaranteed. To whom? To someone who just says, you are the same supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead. This is not a small statement. What does it mean? You are the same supreme Brahman. Any ideas?
That
Yes,
the three,
Anjali.
Does it mean something like you in any form, in any avatar, or you as the Bhagavad Gita, as the Bhagavatam, as the scriptures is all one and the same?
Yes.
So one who accepts this fact and actually imbibes it, he is liberated.
Yes, Neelam, आप भी कुछ कह रहे थे. You're right, Anjali.
all the three aspects of of God, the supreme Brahman we talk about, it's the same, nothing but the Krishna's effulgence. So we are saying that it's the same Godhead.
That's the right answer. Yes. He who understands that iti brahmeti paramatmeti
Paramatmeti.
Bhagwan iti shabda, who understands that all three are one and the same person. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan are all one and the same person. He is, and nobody has this information. We also did not have this information until we read this Bhagavad Gita. We didn't know what is the impersonal form, what is Nirakar Roop. We didn't know what is the difference between Nirakar and Akar and Sakar. So all those people. And now, since this book is only 150 rupees or 160 rupees, this secret is freely available to whoever can purchase it at 160 rupees. You just have to read this book and you get to know that all three are the same and you will get liberated. Isse easy ho sakta hai liberation. Therefore, we need Guru. Therefore, we need Sadhu who can simplify, decode the Vedas and give it to us in an easy to accept and understand. And the result is beyond our imagination, liberation from the cycle of birth and death. In other words, such a faithful devotee of the Lord attains perfection. And this is confirmed by the following Vedic assertion. Tam eva viditvati mrityumeti nanyaha pantha vidyate anyanaya. One can attain the perfect stage of liberation from birth and death simply by knowing the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and there is no other way to achieve this perfection. This is in Shvetashvatar Upanishad 3.8. That there is no alternative means that anyone who does not understand Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is surely in the mode of ignorance, and consequently he will not attain salvation, simply, so to speak, by licking the outer surface of the bottle of honey, or by interpreting the Bhagavad Gita according to mundane scholars or empiric philosophers. Please note that Bhagavad Gita is being translated by mundane scholars also, and it is translated by empiric philosophers also. So even if you're reading a Bhagavad Gita, but if you're reading it through these people's translations, also you will never understand who Krishna is. Because only a devotee can tell about his lover, isn't it? Such empiric philosophers may assume very important roles in the material world, like Nobel Prize, PhD, Harvard University, MPhil, doctorates, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan. Naturally, these people are famous and other people will want to hear these people, right? But this is not the qualification to hear Bhagavad Gita. So these kind of philosophers may assume very important roles in the material world. They are not necessarily eligible for liberation. Such puffed up mundane scholars have to wait for the causeless mercy of the devotee of the Lord. जब तक किसी भक्त की कृपा इस PhD, इस पद्म विभूषण पर पड़ेगी, तभी उसका उद्धार हो सकता है. Otherwise, his Padma Vibhushan will go with his grave. उनके साथ ही दफना दिया जाएगा, वहीं तक जाएगा. It's not going to take him beyond. One should therefore cultivate Krishna consciousness with faith and knowledge, and in this way attain perfection. And let's see the PPT now. Can everyone see?
Yes.
All right. So let's quickly summarize. Which are the paths for living entities seeking liberation? There are two paths, the path of impersonalists and yogis and the paths of devotees in Krishna consciousness. जो impersonalist हैं और जो yoga करते हैं, उनके लिए path of liberation is not easy. They will have to take many births. उसके बाद भी सिर्फ partial success मिलेगा. ब्रह्म ज्योति तक ही पहुंच सकते हैं. और उससे भी बड़ा रिस्क है कि ब्रह्म ज्योति तक पहुंचने के बाद भी there is a risk of falling down. So at best they can reach till Brahma Jyoti. This is their destination. So all those impersonalists and yogis will at best reach here. And what about bhaktas or devotees in Krishna consciousness? Their highest destination is Vaikuntha. And it's very easy for them. One has to just understand the Lord's birth and pastimes, and they get complete success, which is the abode of Krishna. And not only that, once they reach Krishna's abode, the Lord protects him from fall down. They will never fall down. Compared to impersonalists and yogis, there is always the chance. So the perfection of liberation is faithful devotees will accept Krishna's protection with faith. And one who accepts Krishna as the SPOG, Supreme Personality of Godhead, has many forms and relations with unalloyed devotees. And they do not waste time in philosophical speculation. And what is the fate of the others? The fate of the other philosophers and mundane scholars, what happens to them? They waste their time. They may get important roles in the material world, but not liberation. They will stay in the material world. And the analogy or example is given that they are like the honeybee who is licking, trying to eat the honey, drink the honey, but from outside the bottle. It is licking the bottle of honey from outside. So they will never be able to taste the nectar. But for them also, Krishna has made an arrangement. Their only hope is the causeless mercy of the devotee of the Lord. Agar koi devotee un pe aakar kripa kar de, to wo, they will open the mouth of the jar. Dhakkan khol denge wo is bottle ka. For the mundane scholars and empiric philosophers, and then they can taste the nectar. So all in all, Krishna devotees or pure devotees of the Lord ki jai. These are the results of understanding the Lord's appearance and pastime. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is that if you cultivate, here the conclusion is on top, if you cultivate Krishna consciousness with faith and knowledge, you attain perfection. Clear? Next verse, 10th verse. Vaiji?
Yeah. वीतरागभय क्रोधा मन्मया मामुपाश्रिताः बहवो ज्ञान तपसा पूता मद्भावमागताः. Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attained transcendental love for me.
So good news. Many persons in the past have become purified. It's not that it is difficult. They have become purified by knowledge of me and they have attained the transcendental love for me. So let's read. As described above, it's very difficult for a person who is too materially affected to understand the personal nature of the supreme absolute truth. Generally, people who are attached to the bodily conception of life are so absorbed in materialism that it is almost impossible for them to understand how the supreme can become a person. क्योंकि निराकारवाद और निराकार रूप से ही वो पले बड़े. You know, Bhagwan is nature. Bhagwan is this world. Bhagwan is सूरज की रोशनी. So उनके लिए बहुत मुश्किल है to visualize that Bhagwan is actually a person. उनका एक नाम है, एक घर है, एक एड्रेस है, एक फैमिली है. It's mind-boggling for them. They cannot understand that. Such materialists cannot even imagine that there is a transcendental body which is imperishable, full of knowledge and eternally blissful. Sat Chit Anand. They can't, they have no conception. They think God भी material है, जैसे वो मरते हैं वो भी मरेंगे, फिर से बन जाएंगे. They cannot imagine that there is a Sat Chit Anand body that never deteriorates. In the materialistic concept, the body is perishable, full of ignorance and completely miserable. Therefore, people in general keep the same bodily idea in mind when they are informed of a personal form of the Lord. भगवान को हमारे जैसे ही ब्लड वाले बॉडी के साथ एसोसिएट करते हैं कि हाँ कृष्णा भी तो आए थे, ऐसे ही आए थे, ऐसे ही पैदा हुए थे और फिर ऐसे ही मर गए थे हमारे जैसे ही. That's at best they can understand. For such materialistic men, the form of the gigantic material manifestation is supreme. मतलब the form of this world, this ये दुनिया ही भगवान है, सूरज और चंद्रमा ही भगवान है. This is supreme for them. Consequently, they consider the supreme to be impersonal. मतलब वो निराकार है, उनका कोई form नहीं है. And because they are too materially absorbed, the conception of retaining the personality after liberation from matter frightens them. इस आइडिया से वो घबराते हैं कि मरने के बाद भी उनका फॉर्म रहेगा. वो मिलना चाहते हैं, घुलना चाहते हैं, फॉर्म नहीं रखना चाहते. They are scared of this idea कि मरने के बाद भी हमारा अपना जो शरीर है, सूक्ष्म शरीर, वो रहेगा. When they are informed that spiritual life is also individual and personal, they become afraid of becoming persons again. And so they naturally prefer a kind of merging into the impersonal void or into the Brahman. Generally, they compare the living entities to the bubbles of the ocean, which merge into the ocean. 99% of spiritual people will tell you this conception of God. कि भगवान सागर है और हम सागर की bubbles हैं और हम bubbles जब फूट जाती है वो सागर में फिर से मिल जाती है. And this is the only truth in life. कि हम सागर से आए हैं और सागर में ही मिल जाएंगे. सागर का भी कोई शेप नहीं है, हमारा भी कोई शेप नहीं. और वो ही एग्जाम्पल देते हैं. This is the highest perfection of spiritual existence, attainable without individual personality. जो इस चीज को मानते हैं वो इससे ज्यादा आगे नहीं जा सकते. Brahman is their highest understanding and goal. This is a kind of fearful stage of life, devoid of perfect knowledge of spiritual existence. Furthermore, there are many persons who cannot understand the spiritual existence at all, being embarrassed by so many theories and by contradictions of various types of philosophical speculations. They become disgusted or angry and foolishly conclude that there is no supreme cause and that everything is ultimately void. All the leftists, JNU universities, they follow this concept that they're disgusted, that religious people are bogus, ठग लेते हैं, bogus gurus हैं, bogus babas हैं. So let us conclude कि भगवान है ही नहीं, हमें इस concept में ही नहीं जाना है. Let us kill religion, let us kill dharam, and then there will be peace in the world. This is their concept. They are disgusted. So conclude, what do? They, out of anger, they conclude that and everything is just null and void. Shunya, Bhagwan hai hi nahi. There's nothing after death. Anger mein bolte hain ye. Such people are in a diseased condition of life. Some people are too materially attached and therefore do not give attention to spiritual life. Some of them want to merge into the supreme spiritual cause, and some of them disbelieve in everything. तीन तरह के लोग, है ना? Being angry at all sorts of spiritual speculation out of hopelessness. This last class of men take to the shelter of some kind of intoxication, and their effective hallucinations are sometimes accepted as spiritual vision. जितने लोग secular and वामपंथी, ये इनके जितने भी आपने videos देखे होंगे, they are either smoking ganja or they heavily drink and then they sit down and condemn the Vedas. ये बकवास बात है. And they will write a thesis to prove how this is wrong. But actually वो अपनी senses के गुलाम है. All of them are addicted to some sort of intoxication. और इस intoxication में hallucinations जब होते हैं, they think of that as some spiritual vision. This was the piece. They had become so disgusted by their government. Matlab, hippies, do you know how the hippies became? I mean, all of you may be having this concept कि जो बहुत गरीब थे और बहुत दुखी थे, वो hippies बन गए. How many of you believe that or know about this part?
No, they were very rich. They
Yeah.
enjoyed everything, but ultimately they thought, I mean, सब कुछ enjoy करने के बाद उनको और किसी चीज की सर्च थी, but they couldn't find the way out, and so that's why they became hippies.
So hippies actually were sons or children of ultra rich families, but they saw that their parents were immoral, and they saw that the church was immoral, and they saw that the government was immoral. So they became disgusted that itna opulence hai. This is we are talking about the 1970s, 50s, 60s, 70s. America was the king of the world. There was no poverty. Everybody had all the riches that they needed. But what was the government doing? Vietnam War, Iran-Iraq War. The government was just attacking the poor nations, grabbing their oil, grabbing their resources. Parents were highly into intoxication. They were having extramarital affairs. Churches बिल्कुल बंद पड़ गई थी, या चर्च में उनके सवालों के जवाब देने वाला कोई नहीं था. There used to be child molestation. So ये जो ultra rich families के बच्चे थे, they were disgusted कि हम किस लिए जी रहे हैं? What is all this riches for? When everybody is leading such an immoral life, a life of cheating and lies, तो उन्होंने सबने रिबेल कर दिया. हम आपको नहीं मानते, हम आपका घर छोड़ देंगे, हम अपनी गवर्नमेंट को नहीं मानेंगे. गवर्नमेंट के अगेंस्ट प्रोटेस्ट किया उन्होंने कि स्टॉप अटैकिंग दीज पुअर कंट्रीज, एंड सड़क पे आके रहना शुरू हो गए. मतलब एक्चुअली उन्होंने फ्रस्ट्रेशन में ये किया कि हम सारे रूल्स, कुछ भी रूल्स फॉलो नहीं करेंगे, whatever you have been teaching us, because we don't see you behaving well. तब वो जाके हिपीज बने, and all of them were into drugs. intoxication, because they thought कि चलो drugs लेने से शायद हमें कोई spiritual vision दिख जाए, शायद हमारे सवालों का कोई जवाब मिल जाए. This was the condition of the hippie movement. That was the condition here also. This is what they do. So one has to get rid of all three stages of attachment to the material world. All three things happen because of attachment, asakti. Negligence of spiritual life, fear of a spiritual personal identity, and the conception of void that arises from frustration in life. So actually ये तीनों concepts frustration की वजह से आते हैं. To get free from these three stages of the material concept of life, one has to take complete shelter of the Lord, guided by Guru, and follow the disciplines and regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. The last stage of devotional service, devotional life, is called Bhav, or transcendental love of Godhead. According to Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, the science of devotional service, Adav Shraddha Tatah Sadhu, Sango Atha Bhajan Kriya, Tato Anarth Nivritti Syat, Tato Nishtha Ruchis Tatah, Atha Shaktis Tato Bhavas, Tatah Prema Bhu Chati. Sadhakanam ayam premnaha प्रादुर्भावे भवेत क्रमः. ये पीपीटी में बहुत अच्छी तरह आपको समझ में आएगा. Just wait. In the beginning, one must have a preliminary desire for self-realization. शुरू में केवल एक इच्छा होनी चाहिए, भगवान के बारे में मुझे जानना है, उसकी. This will bring one to the stage of trying to associate with devotees, persons who are spiritually elevated. In the next stage, one becomes initiated by a guru, an elevated spiritual master. This is the next stage. Pehle, ichha, then you associate with devotees, then you take the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, and under his instruction, the neophyte, matlab beginner, the beginner devotee, he begins the process of Bhakti Yoga. By execution of devotional service under the guidance of the Guru, one becomes free from all material attachment. He attains steadiness. पहले attachment चली जाती है, फिर steadiness आ जाती है. Nishtha, that is the meaning of steadiness, in self-realization. And acquires a taste for hearing. Nishtha ke baad ruchi aati hai. Once becomes steady, then he acquires a taste for hearing about the absolute personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Then this taste, this ruchi, leads one further forward to attachment for Krishna consciousness, which is matured in bhav, or the preliminary stage of transcendental love of God. Bhav is still not equal to love of God. It is just before developing love of God. Pehle bhav utpann hota hai. And finally, real love of God is called prem, the highest perfectional stage of life. In the prem stage, there is constant engagement in the transcendental loving service. So prem means continuous seva, personal seva of the Lord. So by the slow process of bhakti, under the guidance of a guru, one can attain the highest stage, being freed from material attachment, from fear, fearfulness of one's individual spiritual personality, and from the frustrations that result in void philosophy. So ye nishkam ya nirvishesh shunyavad philosophies actually will make you frustrated in due course of time. Then one can ultimately attain to the abode of the Supreme Lord. So let's see this in PPT form. Here, attaining transcendental love of Krishna. Kaise hota hai? First, what is the problem with the materialist? तीन तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स है मटेरियलिस्ट से, राग, भय, क्रोध, है ना। राग मतलब अटैचमेंट, रिमेंबर वी डिड राग द्वेष, द्वेष मतलब रिपल्शन एंड राग मीन्स अटैचमेंट। किसके साथ अटैचमेंट? मटेरियल अटैचमेंट। So what happens when you have too much of rag? It leads to negligence of spiritual life में interest ही नहीं होता, because they are so attached to enjoying the material world that they have no interest in, so you neglect your spiritual life. ये पहली प्रॉब्लम है मटेरियलिज्म के साथ। दूसरी प्रॉब्लम क्या है? भय। किस चीज का भय? फियर ऑफ अ पर्सनल स्पिरिचुअल आइडेंटिटी। Why? Because for them merging into the impersonal form is the highest. They just want to merge. उनको आगे कोई जिम्मेवारी नहीं चाहिए, हमें और कुछ नहीं करना है, बस हमें संभालो अपने अंदर, काम नहीं करना हमें कोई, हमें अंदर ही संभालो, so that we can eternally just enjoy. So they are too absorbed in body concept, and retaining a personality after liberation frightens them, because in the past they have had bad experiences. So what is the analogy that they give? They always say that living entities are like bubbles in the ocean, and they will merge into the ocean. This is the second problem with materialism. And third is krodh. Krodh kyun hai? Because conception of void resulting from frustrations of life. Of course, life is difficult. और जब वो बहुत frustrate हो जाते हैं, तो then they think कि कुछ नहीं है, ना कोई future life है, ना कोई पुनर्जन्म है, ना previous जन्म है, जो भी है बस यहीं पे है, यहीं पे enjoy करो, खत्म करो, and then end of it. And they become angry at all sorts of spiritual secular speculations out of hopelessness, because they are so disgusted. And these kind of people who are angry, they take to intoxication and they accept hallucinations as spiritual vision. Now, what is the result of this rag, bhaya, krodh? Result is they can never understand the personal nature of the Lord. Solution क्या है? Take complete shelter of the Lord. First take shelter. पहले तो आप सोचिए कि भगवान के बारे में सोचिए कि मुझे जानना है. Then you take a shelter of a, then you take guidance, the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. You start practicing bhakti yoga. How? By following disciplines and regulative principles of devotional life. And then the 9 stages of devotional service frees one from rag, bhaya, and krodh. Once you start following this devotional service, bhakti yoga, then slowly you go through these 9 stages. Do you want to see the 9 stages?
Yes.
Okay, here comes. These are the 9 stages. This is taken from the Nectar of Devotion. Adav Shraddha Tatah Sadhav. Adav Shraddha, सबसे नीचे से शुरू करिए. What is Adav Shraddha? Faith. Spiritual life begins with faith. What is the next step? Tatah Sadhu. Once you have faith, you take the association of devotees. You take Sadhu Sangha. Because unki association se hi you will understand, you will get information. Then Sango Atha Bhajan Kriya. Matlab Sadhu Sangha mein rehkar you start performing Bhajan Kriya. So Adav Shraddha, faith, leads you to association of devotees, which leads you to starting your first steps, baby steps in Bhakti Yoga, performance of devotional service. Bhakti Yoga को devotional service क्यों कहा है प्रभुपाद ने बार बार? Because it is work. It is not some sentimentalism. It is hard work. You have to do something. So it is service, seva, devotional service. What is the next step after that? Tata anartha nivritti hi syat. Once you start serving the Lord, मतलब आप अपनी senses को कम serve करना शुरू करते हो, Lord को ज़्यादा शुरू करते हो serve करना, अनर्थ निवृत्ति. You मतलब आपके जो अनर्थ हैं, उनकी निवृत्ति होनी शुरू हो जाती है. Your unwanted attachments start decreasing. You start becoming more content, less angry, more focused. All our different anarthas, kam, krodh, moh, lobh, matsarya, they start reducing. They will not vanish, but they start reducing. So anarth nivritti. Then tato nishtha. After anarth nivritti, nishtha comes. मतलब आप steady हो जाते हो. अब आपको, आप डगमगाओगे नहीं by all the attractions, temptations of the material world. आपको इतना डगमगाएंगे नहीं, आप स्थिर रहोगे. निष्ठा मतलब स्थिर. You will reach the stage of nishtha. Tatho nishtha ruchistatah. Once you become steady, when you continue to be steady for a particular period of time, for a suitable amount of time, when you continue to be steady, then you develop ruchi, taste. Taste, आपको बाकी चीजों में interest या taste ही नहीं आएगा. You will start enjoying, relishing, hearing the pastimes of the Lord, singing his glories, discussing his pastimes, sharing his pastimes. So, tato nishthas ruchi tataha atha shaktis tatho bhavas. Once you develop ruchi, taste, then because of taste you develop asakti. Atha tatha saktis, matlab you develop attachment to the form of the Lord. Tato bhavas. Once you get attached to the form of the Lord, then you develop bhav. Bhav is not love yet. It is just the stage before love. You develop bhav, feeling for the Lord. This is not an ordinary stage. This is a very elevated stage that very elevated devotees and souls achieve. And finally, after bhav, then comes prem, pure love of Krishna. Tataha premabhyudanchati. Sadkanam ayam premaha pradurbhave bhavet kramaha. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Leela. It's from Nectar of Devotion. So, Adav Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anarth Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Prem. These are the 9 stages of bhakti that leads you finally to a personal relationship with the Lord in Golok Vrindavan Dham. You can click a picture of this. These are the 9 stages. Okay. So interesting, no? So it's a journey. As long as you stay in devotee association, you will be able to go from one step to the other. This is done together, not in isolation, not alone. Impossible to do it alone. And impossible to achieve this without guidance. That's why we said under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. Without Guru and the Kripa of the Guru, these 9 stages cannot be achieved. Clear? Next, 9, 10, 11. Saiji?
Yeah. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pratap.
Everyone is searching for Krishna in the different aspects of his manifestations. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is partially realized in his impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence and as the all-pervading super soul dwelling within everything, including the particles of atoms. But Krishna is fully realized only by his pure devotees. Consequently, Krishna is the object of everyone's realization. And thus anyone and everyone is satisfied according to one's desire to have him. Now, you know what is the statement here that Krishna is making? That actually every person in this world is looking for me. He just does not know it. He is looking for me either directly or indirectly. But dhoond wo mujhe ko raha hai. Let us see how indirectly people are looking for him. All the other faiths, all the other kinds of processes. Let us see. Krishna is the object of everyone's realization, and thus anyone and everyone is satisfied according to one's desire to have him. In the transcendental world also, Krishna reciprocates with his pure devotees in the transcendental attitude. just as the devotee wants him. One devotee may want Krishna as a master, so that will be Dasya Bhav. Another as his personal friend, that will be Sakhya Bhav. Another as his son, Vatsalya Bhav. And still another as his lover, Madhurya Bhav. Krishna rewards all the devotees equally, according to their different intensities of love for him. In the material world, the same reciprocation of feeling is there, and they are equally exchanged by the Lord with the different types of worshippers. So spiritual world का बताया उन्होंने 5 तरह के रस relationships होती हैं. Material world में कैसी relationship होती है कृष्ण के साथ देखिए. The pure devotees both here and in the transcendental abode associate with him in person, and they are able to render some personal service to the Lord, and thus derive transcendental bliss in his loving service. This is the highest form of happiness, to be able to be with someone you love and to be able to do something for him. Maximum satisfaction, ultimate satisfaction और खुशी आपको इसी से मिलती है, सर्विस से. As for those who are impersonalists, अब सर्विस के लिए पर्सनल फॉर्म को मानना पड़ेगा, लेकिन जो फॉर्म को ही नहीं मानते, impersonalists हैं, and who want to commit spiritual suicide by annihilating the individual existence of the living entity, how does Krishna help these people? जो कृष्णा में विश्वास ही नहीं रखते, उनको कृष्णा देखिए कैसे हेल्प करते हैं. Krishna helps also by absorbing them into his effulgence. Okay, you just believe in my light, effulgence, okay, you come and merge in me. Such impersonalists do not agree to accept the eternal blissful personality of Godhead. Consequently, the bliss of transcendental personal service to the Lord. ना सेवा का स्वाद उन्हें कभी मिलेगा ही नहीं. Having extinguished their individuality. Some of them who are not firmly situated, even in the Nirakar or impersonal existence, they return to this material field to exhibit their dormant desires for activities. They are not admitted into the spiritual planets, but they are again given a chance to act on the material planets. For those who are fruitive workers, karmakandis, the Lord awards the desired results of their prescribed duties as the Yagneshwar. And those who are yogis seeking mystic powers are awarded such powers. In other words, everyone is dependent for success upon Krishna's mercy alone. And all kinds of spiritual processes are but different degrees of on the same path. Unless, therefore, one comes to the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness, all attempts remain imperfect. इसकी भी PPT से आपको ज़्यादा अच्छा समझ में आएगा. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, akamaha sarvakamo va mokshakama udaradhihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Whether one is without desire, which is condition of the devotees, or is desirous of some phal, or is after liberation, one should with all efforts try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, for complete perfection, culminating in Krishna consciousness. So let's see the 11th verse. Okay. So there are 3 levels of realizing Krishna. Bhagwan, Paramatma, Brahman. ये तो हमने बहुत बार किया है, right? नीचे से शुरू करना चाहिए. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagwan. Brahman मतलब भगवान is just a light. उनका कोई form नहीं है, वो कोई person नहीं है. That is also a form of Krishna only. Then Paramatma. Paramatma is the destination of the yogis by Ashtanga yoga or yogic postures. They try to see in their heart the form of the Lord. So उनका at best maximum understanding है कि भगवान मेरे अंदर है. And the highest form is that Bhagwan मेरे आराध्य हैं, मैं उनका सेवक हूँ. This is the highest form of understanding. In Brahman, no sevak, no Bhagwan, everything is one. In Paramatma, Bhagwan मेरे अंदर है. In Bhagwan, Bhagwan ऊपर है, मैं उनका सेवक. These are the three levels of realizing the absolute. Finally, who realizes Krishna? इन तीनों में से भगवान का नाम कृष्ण है, ये किस, who will realize? Only pure devotees, only those who are in bhajan kriya. Now, everyone is looking for Krishna in different aspects, manifestations. ढूंढ सब कृष्णा को ही रहे हैं. Look, Krishna is sitting on top of the globe and everybody is looking for him. He is the object of everyone's realization. How? Let us see. Krishna reciprocates based on your desires. और ये चार तरह के लोग होते हैं and चारों कृष्ण को ही ढूंढ रहे हैं, और except that they don't know कि वो कृष्ण को ढूंढ रहे हैं, and see how Krishna out of his kindness rewards them. So if you are a fruitive worker मतलब ये यज्ञ करूंगा तो ये फल मिलेगा, मैं ये जप तप करूंगा तो ये फल मिलेगा. उनको कृष्ण कैसे उनके साथ रेसिप्रोकेट करते हैं? by becoming the यज्ञेश्वर. He accepts. वो यज्ञ की अग्नि में जो भी डालते हैं, जो भी अर्पण करते हैं, according to that, and you know that Agni is also a form of Vishnu, and whatever you're putting in the Agni is also reaching Krishna only. So he rewards them as the Yagneshwar. जो वो fruitive जिस फल की इच्छा करते हैं, कृष्ण उनको वो फल दे देते हैं. If he is an impersonalist, he does not believe that भगवान का कोई form है. To them, Krishna awards Brahma Jyoti. Okay, come, you merge. Although you don't know कि ये Brahma Jyoti मेरी ही effulgence है, कोई बात नहीं. You want to reach effulgence, come. He will merge them into the Brahma Jyoti. If you are a yogi, you want to go into trance, mystic yoga, tantric vidya, whatever you want to do, he will give you mystic powers. जैसा आप योगा करोगे, जैसी आप तपस्या करोगे, वैसे वो आपको powers दे देंगे, mystic powers. And finally, if you are a bhakta and you are a devotee, he will give you 5 primary kinds of rasas. Choose what relationship you want to have with me, and I will interact with you, or I will reciprocate with you according to that relationship that you have. So here Srimad Bhagavatam ke second verse is mentioned, akamaha sarva kamova, which means that everyone depends on Krishna's mercy for success. And all kinds of spiritual processes are but different degrees of success on the same path. And without coming to the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness, all attempts are imperfect. Matlab, fruitive worker, impersonalist and yogi, they are all different degrees of success on the same path to attain Krishna. But who realizes Krishna fully? Of course, who believes in him, first of all, that he is a person. And then who does not try to become equal to him, but tries to serve him by accepting that he is minute and Krishna is the ultimate. So when with this bhav he does bhakti yoga, you can see how the demigods also come to take the charan dhuli of such a devotee, and he realizes his highest form, Bhagwan. Clear? Interesting, no? और एक वर्स करना है, जल्दी बोलो. आप म्यूटेड हो अर्चना. यस या नो? मैंने प्रिपेयर किया हुआ है तो करें.
I can do. कर सकते हैं.
ओके भाई जी.
Yes.
Well.
Okay. कांक्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इय देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा. Men in this world desire success and fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive work in this world.
Yeah. So there is a great misconception about gods and demigods of this material world. And men of less intelligence, although passing as great scholars, they take these demigods to be various forms of the same Lord. 33 करोड़ भगवान है इंडिया के. Everybody says, हिंदूज भी कहते हैं सभी भगवान है, इतने सारे भगवान है यहाँ पे, 33 करोड़ भगवान. Actually, demigods are not different forms of God, but they are God's different parts and parcels. उनके अंग हैं. God is one, and the parts and parcels are many. The Vedas say Nityo Nityanam. God is one. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna. The supreme God is one, Krishna. And the demigods are delegated with powers to manage this material world. These demigods are all living entities, Nityanam, with different grades of material power. मतलब इनके पास पूर्ण power नहीं होता, लेकिन अलग-अलग degree of power है. But they don't have complete power. They cannot be equal to the supreme God Narayan, Vishnu, or Krishna. Anyone who thinks that God and the demigods are on the same level is actually called an atheist or Pashandi. Imagine, उनको नास्तिक की उपाधि दी गई है, जो देवी देवताओं को परम ईश्वर के बराबर मानता है, वो पाषंडी कहलाते हैं. Even the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva cannot be compared to the Supreme Lord. In fact, the Lord is worshipped by demigods such as Brahma and Shiva. Shiva Virinchinuta. Yet, curiously enough, there are many human leaders who are worshipped by foolish men under the misunderstanding of anthropomorphism or zoomorphism. ये दो वर्ड्स प्रभुपाद ने बड़ी बारी यूज कर ली हैं. And I have been giving you the dictionary meaning of these two words every time this comes. How many of you remember? Anthropomorphism. क्या होता है? The dictionary meaning is attributing human behavior to a god or an animal or an object. मतलब किसी भगवान को humans जैसा प्रतीत करना. मतलब उनको ह्यूमंस में जैसे जो एबिलिटी एक ह्यूमन बीइंग में है, भगवान को वो एबिलिटी दे देना. सिमिलरली किसी एनिमल को भी ह्यूमन लाइक टेंडेंसी दे देना, या किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को बोलना के जो हम पर्सोनिफिकेशन नहीं कहते, द वेव्स, उसी तरह भगवान को भी यू आर ट्रीटिंग हिम इक्वल टू अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. दैट्स एंथ्रोपोमॉर्फिज्म. एंड जूमॉर्फिज्म मतलब जो डेटीज हैं उनको आप एनिमल्स की तरह, एनिमल्स के साथ कंपेयर करते हो, रिप्रेजेंटिंग डेटीज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एनिमल्स. मतलब जैसे जो ग्रीक्स थे, दे वुड से ओ गॉड ऑफ लव इज सम एनिमल, गॉड ऑफ एनवी इज सम एनिमल, है ना, गॉड ऑफ, मतलब वो अलग अलग तरह के एनिमल्स को रिप्रेजेंट करते थे एज सम डेटी, और फिर उनकी पूजा करते थे, है ना. एनिमल्स के बने हुए हैं ना, आज भी अगर आप रोम कहीं पे भी जाओ तो एनिमल्स के बनाए हुए हैं आइडल्स. दिस इज कॉल्ड जूमॉर्फिज्म. तो या दोनों तरह के, गॉड को ह्यूमन के बराबर कर देना या गॉड को एनिमल के बराबर कर देना. दिस इज एंथ्रोपोमॉर्फिज्म एंड जूमॉर्फिज्म. And what is Prabhupada telling about them? Look at Prabhupada's standard of English. Dictionary लेके बैठना पड़ता है. Such a high standard of English. Many human leaders who are worshipped by foolish men under the misunderstanding of anthropomorphism or zoomorphism. So, आदमी को भगवान बना देते हैं, जैसे फिल्म स्टार्स का अभिषेक करना शुरू कर देते हैं, उनका मंदिर बना देंगे, फिल्म एक्ट्रेसेस को देवी बना देंगे, देवता बना देंगे. All this comes from these two concepts. Iha devataha denotes a powerful man or a demigod of this material world. मतलब इस वर्ल्ड का कोई जरा सा भी सुपर पावरफुल, एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरीली ब्यूटीफुल, जरा सा भी ये लक्षण किसी में दिख गए, उसको पकड़ के देवी बना देंगे, उसके नाम का मंदिर बना देंगे या उसको पूजना शुरू कर देंगे. This is what they are saying. But Narayan, Vishnu or Krishna does not belong to this world. He is above or transcendental to material creation. Even Shripad Shankaracharya, the leader of the impersonalists, maintains that Narayan or Krishna is beyond this material creation. Shankaracharya ने निराकार philosophy को propagate किया, that God is formless. भी इस बात को माना कि इस फिलॉसफी में विष्णु फिट नहीं बैठते, और उन्होंने जो इतना भाष्य लिखा, condemning the Vedas and the personal form of the Lord, उन्होंने भी एंड में क्या लिखा? भज गोविंदम भज गोविंदम भज गोविंदम मूढ़मते. He couldn't control himself and he said, ultimately I have to say all this philosophy is fine, but just chant the names. Bhaj, bhajan karo Govind ka. Mood mate, oh foolish people, forget all this philosophy. मेरा अवतार हुआ है केवल इस philosophy को बढ़ावा देने के लिए. But ultimately, the higher philosophy which is going to come by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga, मैं अभी से आपको बता रहा हूँ. भज गोविंदम भज गोविंदम भज गोविंदम मूड मते. This is what Shankaracharya said. Krishna is okay. However, foolish people को क्या बोलते हैं? हृत ज्ञान. They worship demigods because they want immediate results, instant gratification. अभी 2-minute noodles चाहिए, 1 minute गुलाब जामुन चाहिए, जल्दी से जल्दी वाला रेसिपी बताओ जो लड्डू अभी के अभी बन जाए, वेट नहीं करना है, ज्यादा मेहनत नहीं करनी है, इंस्टेंट अभी चाहिए, now. This is the बीमारी of the current generation. I want it now. They get the results, but they do not know that the results so obtained are temporary and are meant for less intelligent persons. The intelligent person is in Krishna consciousness and he has no need to worship the paltry demigods for some immediate temporary benefit. The demigods of this material world, as well as their worshippers, will vanish with the annihilation of this material world. The boons of the demigods are material and temporary. Both the material worlds and their inhabitants, including the demigods and their worshippers, are bubbles in the cosmic ocean. मतलब देवी देवता के लिए आप समुंदर में बबल्स की एग्जाम्पल दे सकते हो. This applies, the bubbles and the ocean actually applies to देवी देवतास, कि वो बबल बनते हैं, मिट भी जाते हैं, और किसमें विलीन हो जाते हैं? समुद्र में, जिसने उनको बनाया है. Because देवी देवतास are temporary. जब इस सृष्टि का सर्वनाश होगा, they will also die. But does not apply to the creator of the ocean, isn't it? In this world, however, human society is mad after temporary things, such as the material opulence of possessing some land or possessing a great family and enjoyable paraphernalia. To achieve such temporary things, people worship the demigods or powerful men in society. Not just demigods, powerful leaders की भी खुशामद करते हैं, उनके तलवे झाड़ते हैं. If a man gets some ministership in the government by worshipping a political leader, he considers that he has achieved a great boon. टिकट मिल गई मुझे MLA MP की, या मैं RWA में प्रेसिडेंट बन गया. वही बहुत बड़ा लगता है सोसाइटीज के. RWA के इलेक्शन में जीत जाओ, बहुत बड़ी पदवी मिल गई. All of them are therefore no-toeing to the so-called leaders or big guns in order to achieve some temporary boons. And they indeed achieve such things. Such foolish men are not interested in Krishna consciousness for the permanent solution to the hardships of material existence. क्योंकि वो long term देख ही नहीं रहे, श्रेयस नहीं देख रहे, वो प्रेयस को देख रहे हैं. मुझे अगले 4-5 साल में जिससे नफा होने वाला है, मैं उस आदमी की पूजा करूंगा, जो मुझे वो अगले 3-4 साल में जो चाहिए उसको वो मुझे मिल जाए. दूर की नहीं सोचता वो, which is श्रेयस, कि मरने के बाद क्या होगा मेरा, वो नहीं, he is not bothered. अभी का मैं अभी सोचना है मुझे, जो मुझे अभी चाहिए, आई जस्ट वांट टू वरी अबाउट दैट. और पूजा भी मैं उसी आदमी की करूंगा जो मुझे अभी दे दे. They are all after sense enjoyment. This is the fact. And to get a little facility for sense enjoyment, they are attracted to worshipping empowered living entities known as demigods. Such a मतलब पर्दाफाश कर दिया एक्चुअल मेंटालिटी का उन सब लोगों की. उनमें हम भी आते हैं हम भी ऐसे ही थे. This verse indicates that people are rarely interested in Krishna consciousness. They are mostly interested in the material enjoyment, and therefore they worship some powerful living entity. So deep down, what is the idea? To enjoy. Last verse. People worship demigods. Why? Why do people worship demigods? Here. To get, let us start from here. Here. This, can you see this yagya? Madness of human society. Yagya kaun karte hain? Those who are mad after temporary material things. What do? They worship demigods to quickly get their needs satisfied. Or they worship some leaders, temporary leaders, so-called big guns, influential people in the society. Unki puja karte hain. And they are not interested in Krishna consciousness. Dekh hi nahi rahe wo is taraf. What is the conclusion? That they are rarely interested in Krishna consciousness. Why? By those people who are mad after temporary material things. But when they approach Lord Krishna to satisfy their needs, such people also approach Krishna. ऐसा नहीं है कि कृष्ण के पास नहीं जाते, कृष्ण के पास भी जाते हैं. तो जब कृष्ण के पास आते हैं अपनी लिस्ट लेकर, ये चाहिए, तो क्या होता है? First, Krishna purifies their heart. And that purification may take some time. Then they obtain their desire when reward is achieved. But once they obtain their desire, the devotee no longer wants it. Like Dhruv Maharaj. मतलब उन्होंने 6 महीने या मे बी 6 साल तपस्या की, छोटे बच्चे 5 साल के, और तपस्या करने के, बिकॉज उनको राज्य चाहिए था. He wanted a bigger kingdom than his father because he was insulted by his stepmother. कि तुम इस राज्य के लायक नहीं हो, you get out. इसमें मेरा ही बेटा यहाँ राज करेगा. वो 5 साल के बच्चे की ईगो इतनी हर्ट हो गई that he said कि मैं इससे भी बड़ा राज्य का राजा बनना चाहता हूँ. लेकिन जब तपस्या करने के बाद फाइनली विष्णु उनके सामने प्रकट हुए, then he said, अब तो मुझे कुछ चाहिए ही नहीं, आप मिल गए. Because his heart got so purified by chanting Vishnu's names that that desire only went away. This is the approaching Krishna to satisfy your needs. लेकिन जिनको temporary result और immediate result चाहिए, वो क्या करते हैं? वो कृष्णा के पास नहीं जाएंगे क्योंकि टाइम लगता है. कृष्णा पहले हार्ट साफ, इतना उनको पेशेंस नहीं है उनमें. So people who pray to many demigods, they are parts and parcels of the Lord, living entities with material powers. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva worship Lord Vishnu. Iha devataha, any powerful man or demigod in this material world will be worshipped. Iha devata, anyone. And people approach them to quickly satisfy their needs, but their boons are like bubbles in the ocean. And such a person is called Pashandi or atheist, who considers that these demigods are equal to the Supreme Lord. But the Supreme Lord is one. ईश्वरः परमः कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिर आदिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारण. Lord Narayan or Vishnu does not belong to the material world. Even Shankaracharya, जो impersonalism की theory propagate करते हैं, also agrees that Narayan or Vishnu is not a part of the material world. But जिनकी बहुत सारी needs हैं और desires हैं, they worship demigods as the parts and parcels of Krishna. Therefore, there are so many demigods, but you can see that ultimate source of all these demigods is Krishna. Okay. Oh, so many people suddenly left. मैंने तो आपसे question answer पूछने थे. I have got a very nice docket. 9th verse में से. How does the devotee achieve liberation very easily? Who will answer this? Or let me start from the 12th verse, क्योंकि आपने ये अभी ताज़ा किया है. If Krishna fulfills the desire of a person approaching him for material things as well, then why do people worship the demigods or powerful men? दोबारा से पढ़ूं?
Yeah.
Okay. If Krishna fulfills the desire of a person, देखा था ना योगेश्वर बनके फ्रूटिव एक्टिविटीज के लिए भी जो उनको अप्रोच करते हैं, कर्मी, ज्ञानी, योगी सब अप्रोच करते हैं ना कृष्ण को, और उनकी भी डिजायर्स पूरी करते हैं कृष्णा. So if he fulfills the desire of anyone who is approaching him, even for material things, still why do people go and worship demigods or go and worship some powerful leader or political person? फिर भी उनके पास क्यों जाते हैं? कृष्ण के पास कम ही लोग आते हैं, ऐसा क्यों?
To get immediate results.
Quicker results.
कौन बोला? पहले कौन बोला?
वैशाली.
ओए
हरे कृष्ण.
वैशाली आई है?
हाँ.
अच्छा यार आओ तो शक्ल तो दिखाओ. I will never get to know only कि तुम आई हो.
अरे.
अच्छा जाए वेलकम. I never noticed that you are there. जो चले गए I don't even know who came. Yes, very good. ताबड़तोड़ चाहिए उनको. अभी के अभी चाहिए मुझे, है ना? इसलिए वहां जाके प्रसाद चढ़ा दो. That what is this? बॉम्बे का सबसे फेमस क्या है? सिद्धिविनायक. वहां तो गारंटी हफ्ते के अंदर रिजल्ट मिल जाएगा. सिद्धिविनायक तो जाना ही जाना है. तभी वहां पे इतनी लंबी लाइन लगी रहती है. फ्राइडे की पिक्चर रिलीज होने से पहले सारे फिल्म स्टार्स वहां जाके खड़े हो जाते हैं. मेरे को रिजल्ट दे दो भैया. मेरी अगले 2 दिन में मेरी पिक्चर हिट हो जाए, क्योंकि 2 ही दिन का काम होता है. कृष्णा के पास नहीं जाएंगे, टाइम लगाते हैं भैया. वो तो हमारा हृदय साफ करने बैठ जाएंगे, तब तक मेरी पिक्चर चली जाएगी. So that's why. Can you see how we are only responsible for our beliefs? कितने हम लोग. So yes, that is sahi jawab. And the other question is, what is the disadvantage of this form of worship, and why should we worship only Krishna?
Thank you. What is the disadvantage?
Yes, Hema.
Yeah. Disadvantage is that is a temporary, as we say, it's a prayers. So long term is stress, so we should do Krishna Bhakti.
Yeah. ये पिक्चर हिट हो जाएगी, अगली फ्लॉप हो जाएगी. कोई गारंटी नहीं देने वाले देवी देवता. You know, you will get for some time, then gone. Permanent solution नहीं है. And you will be back to crying again. फिर से जाओगे किसी और देवी देवता के पास, क्योंकि वो खुद ही परमानेंट नहीं है. तो वो आपको परमानेंट सोल्यूशन कैसे दे देंगे? लिमिटेड लाइफ है. ब्रह्मा की तो कितनी लंबी लाइफ है. 311 ट्रिलियन 12 मिलियन years की लाइफ है ब्रह्मा की. 311 ट्रिलियन. But at the end of it also he dies, no? So what if the duration is long? तो वो आपको कभी अजर अमर होने का आशीर्वाद दे सकते हैं? नहीं, doesn't it? Okay, next. How does Krishna reciprocate with Karmi, Jnani, Yogi, and Bhakta? By giving them the results according to their desires. याद है सबको? कर्मी, ज्ञानी, योगी, भक्त, 4 तरह के लोग हैं, सब इसी कैटेगरी में आ जाएंगे। कर्मी के साथ वो कैसे रेसिप्रोकेट करते हैं? छोड़ते किसी को नहीं है।
यज्ञेश्वर
Yogi will get the mystic powers that he desires.
हाँ जी, बोलिए। अब तो आपको स्लाइड दिखा रही हूँ, प्लीज सी द स्लाइड एंड आंसर।
Karmis are getting their results. Krishna gives as Yogeshwar.
योगेश्वर,
Yogi
यज्ञेश्वर
For the
Yogis will
karmis.
get the mystic
As-
powers that he desires.
and
Sorry?
impersonalist. Fruitive workers yani karmis, and the Krishna
Ah.
gives them their desired result as Yogeshwar.
no, it's not Yogeshwar.
Yagneshwar.
For the
Yagneshwar.
fruitive worker, na?
नहीं, it is not.
Yagneshwar.
It is Yagneshwar.
अच्छा यज्ञेश्वर
And
हाँ
Yagneshwar.
यज्ञ करते हैं हम यज्ञ से
हाँ,
यज्ञेश्वर
the main point here is through Yagya.
यज्ञ
Yagya में भी तो he is only the Yagyapati ना,
yeah
This last for those
तो उनको he gives. Okay, then
काम है ना।
then for impersonalist he
make it somebody else should. Four different people give 4 answers.
योगी सिद्धि प्राप्त कर सकते हैं ना ब्रह्म ज्योति में।
Who wants to say about impersonal?
devotee, he gives the rasa,
What rasa?
like madhurya rasa, vatsalya rasa, sakhya rasa. Krishna gives that bhav only. If a person
माधुर्य
and
दास्य
dasya, he gives that bhav only to the devotee. जो वो उसकी जो भावना होती है, कृष्णा उसको वही भाव दे देते हैं. If he wants to serve him.
भाव नहीं देते, वो he plays the role, whatever role they want him to play. किसी का अगर साख्य रस होता है, भाव होता है, तो he कभी becomes their friend. Okay, come, I'll be your friend and play with you. किसी का अगर वात्सल्य भाव है, he becomes their child. So he plays the role according to that. Okay, दो हो गए. Anybody else?
Can we say that he reciprocates in the bhav that we are serving him in?
I didn't get you. Can you repeat?
Like he reciprocates in the same bhav जिसमें हम उनको सेवा करते हैं.
Correct. ठीक है, ये हो गया. बाकी के दो.
जो इम्पर्सनलिस्ट है, जो
Yeah.
भगवान के फॉर्म को नहीं मानते, तो भगवान कहते हैं मेरे इफल्जेंस पे विश्वास, यू कम एंड मर्ज इनटू माय इफल्जेंस, तो ब्रह्म ज्योति में वो मर्ज हो जाते हैं.
हाँ, वो उनको मर्ज कर लेते हैं अपने ब्राह्मण फॉर्म में.
कर लेते हैं. हाँ.
ओके. एनीवन एल्स? चौथा बचा है.
योगी
Yogis.
योगी
उसने नहीं बोला है, अभी वो बोलेगा.
जो योगी होते हैं तपस्वी हैं और भगवान से चमत्कार करने की शक्तियां मांगते हैं, भगवान उनको मिस्टिक पावर देते हैं क्योंकि वो मिस्टिक पावर के लिए
हाँ, वो जैसा योग करते हैं, जैसी तांत्रिक विद्या वो मांगते हैं, तथा
ठीक है.
बन जाओ. जो करना है करो. Okay. So how does Krishna reciprocate? By giving them the results according to their desires. Okay. Then, why do materially attached people not understand the personal nature of spiritual life. बहुत materialistic लोग जो होते हैं, why they do not understand the personal nature of spiritual life. This is from the 10th verse.
Three points.
Faith on the God.
10th verse.
They don't have faith on the God.
Page 205.
First,
Why?
First is negligence of spiritual life. They are
Second.
ignorant of the spiritual life.
What is the question? Sorry.
10th verse, why do materially attached people not understand the personal nature of spiritual life?
Because
The
they don't,
question समझ में
They
आया?
are थोड़ा
they don't have the faith. जो
They
nice
are-
things रखती है तो faith ही नहीं है तो वो भगवान को समझने की वो 9 stages पूरे नहीं कर पाते, उनको समझ ही नहीं आता.
No, because
Said that there are
उनको
3
भय
points.
होता है. They become
First, they are
Anjali-
negligent of the
Wait,
spiritual
wait.
life. They don't know.
Anjali was saying something.
They become afraid of that bhaya is there of becoming persons again. So they naturally prefer a merging kind of a merging into the impersonal void.
Why do such people fear to have a personal spiritual life? I mean, to have a life, and they prefer to merge and lose their identities.
Because they are afraid of becoming persons again.
They have strong material attachment.
because they think that they are bubbles and they're going to merge in that ocean.
Sorry?
They think they are bubbles and they're going to merge in the ocean. कि भगवान ओशन है, उसी में सब मिल जाएंगे.
लेकिन डर क्यों लगता है उनको?
Because वो इतनी speculation सुनते हैं, then they get angry and वो they get disturbed with so many speculations. Because here it is written that the being embraced by so many theories and by contradictions of various types of philosophical speculations, they become disgusted and angry and foolishly conclude that there is no supreme cause and that everything is ultimately void.
Anybody else? Yes, that's true. That's right. देखा ये सबने स्क्रीन देख ली फिर से? The question is, why do materially attached people not understand the personal nature? Because they are attached to the bodily concept of life. They have no understanding of the soul. People are so attached to the bodily conception of life. सोल कॉन्शियस बनोगे तभी तो आप स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ की पर्सनल के बारे में सोचोगे. जब आप सोल के बारे में सोच ही नहीं रहे, then you just want to enjoy your body. For them it is impossible to understand कि भगवान एक पर्सन भी हो सकते हैं और स्पिरिचुअल पर्सन है.
माता जी बट इम्पर्सनलिस्ट सोल में तो बिलीव करते हैं.
Yes, but we are talking about materialistic people, not impersonal. Why do materially attached people?
Okay.
Therefore, people in general keep this same bodily idea in mind when they are informed of the personal feature of the Lord. For them, this body only is the beginning and end of everything. For such materialistic men, the form of the gigantic material manifestation is supreme. So for them, ये जो पृथ्वी है यही स्पिरिचुअल है. ये नदी, ये सूरज, ये चंद्रमा, ओ ये कितने, फॉर देम दिस इज भगवान, क्योंकि ये बहुत बड़ी चीज है. ये हमसे भी बड़ी और विशाल है, और हम सूरज तक पहुंच नहीं सकते, और सूरज ही हमें पाल रहा है, तो बस यही भगवान. They are so attached to the bodily concept of life. They can't think कि बॉडी के आगे भी कुछ हो सकता है. एक सटल बॉडी भी हो सकती है, उस सटल बॉडी के अंदर एक सोल भी हो सकता है. नो कॉन्सेप्ट. जो दिख रहा है वही भगवान है बस. है ना? And the next question is, people fear to be in spiritual life, and they just want to merge and lose their identities. डरते क्यों हैं? It is all in the purport. You can read.
Should I read?
No, no.
It's there.
You tell me the answer. हाँ, कौन बोल रहे? Kim?
Yeah, myself.
कौन? I can't see. वैशाली?
No, I didn't read.
Who spoke? Who spoke भैया अभी?
I just spoke. Neelam.
अच्छा, तुमने बोला क्या? आवाज बिल्कुल नहीं पहचानी. हाँ जी.
Say, could you just repeat the question again? The
I
question.
have to open it on my laptop. Yes. Why do these materially attached people fear to be personal in spiritual life? And why do they prefer to merge and lose their identities?
It's written here, they are too materially absorbed. The conception of retaining the personality after liberation from matter frightens them. And then they compare the living entities to the perfection of, they compare the living entities to the bubbles of the ocean which merge into the, for them this is the highest spiritual existence attainable without individual personality.
Just a minute.
बहुत ही खिचड़ी आंसर है ये.
और डिफिकल्ट भी है.
मतलब इसको थोड़ा समझ रहे हैं बट एक्सप्रेस करना मुश्किल है.
नहीं, आप हिंदी में बोलिए.
उनको क्यों डर लगता है?
हाँ, क्यों लगता है?
feel कि उनका ये कॉन्सेप्ट है कि ओशियन मर्ज इनटू द ओशियन, सो हम भी वैसे ही हैं लिविंग एंटिटीज, तो हमारा कोई पर्सनल आइडेंटिटी होता नहीं, एंड व्हेन दे कम टू नो दैट इवन आफ्टर डेथ वी हैव द स्पिरिचुअल आइडेंटिटी, देन दैट फ्राइटन्स देम.
That's right. Similarly, why are some people angry with all forms of spiritual life? What do they generally take shelter of?
Of
Sorry?
intoxication.
Huh?
Then they generally take shelter of intoxication.
गुस्से में क्यों रहते हैं?
And has had
Why are they angry with
क्योंकि
all?
इतना मेंटल स्पेकुलेशन, ऑल मेंटल स्पेकुलेशन, सब लोग अलग अलग बात बोलते हैं, कोई कुछ, एवरीबॉडी इज सेइंग देयर ओन, ऑल एम्पिरिकल फिलोसोफर्स एंड मेंटल स्पेकुलेटर्स. भारती बोलो. ध्यान सुनिए.
The same ones are too much of na.
Oh, we are full of us are left.
So they are just disgusted. कि कोई कुछ बोल रहा है, कोई कुछ बोल रहा है.
But in this question, तो all the points will going to come, like ocean वाला भी आएगा, bubbles भी आएगा, and there are mental speculation भी आएगा इसमें. So many points are going to come in this question, ना?
Yeah, so
Points are going to come in this question.
1 point for each thing. जो गुस्सा होते हैं, 1 point for each. Show you the screen again. जो गुस्सा होते हैं, show you the screen again. राग, भय, क्रोध. जिनको अटैचमेंट है ज्यादा, they are lusty. That's why they do not believe in a spiritual life. क्योंकि उनको अपने desires live करने हैं. They want to live out their lust. इसलिए वो कहते हैं sorry, we don't believe in the spiritual life. कुछ नहीं है, बस जो भी है enjoy करो. भय, गुस्सा क्यों होते हैं? Sorry, why are they scared? Again, their body is so precious to them. They're so absorbed in the bodily concept. तो उनके in the past they have had bad experiences. ये देखो, due to past bad experiences with the body. Body के साथ कोई अच्छे experiences तो होते नहीं है, isn't it? So because of all the past bad experiences, they don't want a body only. कहते हैं बस सुख चाहिए, अब मिल जाए इस लहर में और बस आराम करें, लहर के साथ ही घूमे फिरे, कोई काम ना करना पड़े. भय और क्रोध, they are frustrated with life. जो करना चाहते हैं वो होता नहीं है, जो हो रहा है वो करना नहीं चाहते. गुस्सा है, इसलिए कहते हैं चलो हटाओ यार, वोडका लेकर आओ. Got it? All kinds of.
Kind of.
No, it is, you read the purport, it will come to you.
Yes, it doesn't get absorbed in one reading, one hearing. Needs rereading.
Yeah. And then what kind of liberation do impersonalists and yogis achieve? And how do they achieve it? And how can they achieve actual liberation?
Mataji, can you please repeat the question? बड़ा 2-3 क्वेश्चन है एक में.
पहला वर्स जो था ना, ये मैंने आपको स्क्रीन दिखा दी कि डिवोटीज को लिबरेशन जल्दी मिल जाता है, वो कैसे, और जो इम्पर्सनलिस्ट हैं उनको कैसा वाला लिबरेशन मिलता है. ये देखो, path of devotees and path of impersonalists and yogis.
Immerse in Brahm Jyoti.
हाँ हाँ,
डिवोटीज को कृष्ण की सेवा करने का मौका मिलता है।
उनको तो वैकुंठ मिल जाता है।
नहीं कैसे मिलता है, दोनों का पाठ कैसा है?
Because they understand God with faith and knowledge, and by serving Him.
बात कैसा है?
They accept him as
It's a very
Godhead.
it's
भक्ति
Realization पहले होता है, self realization.
सबकी आवाज इको हो रही है।
Yeah. No, my point is, how is the journey? डिवोटी की जर्नी कैसी है? योगी और impersonalist की जर्नी कैसी होती है?
सबकी आवाज
Yogi ki is not easy. They have to take many births. They also
takes long time.
achieve only partial success. Maximum is very till Brahma Jyoti, and that also there is the risk of falling down, falling back to the material world. बहुत echo हो रहा है.
Correct.
Falling back to the material world.
और devotees का?
they don't waste their time in mental speculation.
नहीं, what I'm looking for is this.
Very easy. We said
Birth and
one
past,
has to
birth and
understand.
past.
So we have to one has to understand
Achieve
Lord's
complete
birth and
success.
Easy
pastime.
होता है, बस ये आंसर. Devotees very easy होता है, बस ये आंसर. Not
Easy.
बस तक पहुंचते हैं. जबकि यहाँ पे पूरे रास्ते जाते हैं, ऑल द धाम तक. प्लस जो इम्पर्सनलिस्ट और योगी हैं गिर सकते हैं, इतनी मेहनत से ब्रह्म ज्योति तक पहुंचे, लेकिन गारंटी नहीं है फिर गिर जाएंगे. लेकिन डिवोटी वापस कभी नहीं गिरेंगे क्योंकि कृष्ण ने उनको कस के पकड़ लिया. सो अगर इजी भी है वापस भी नहीं गिरोगे, एंड यू गो टू द हाईएस्ट, which foolish person will not take that form? ठीक है, ओके. है ना, वो impersonalism और योगी, अष्टांग योग, this योग, that योग, this meditation, that meditation, इतनी मेहनत भी करो और पूरा ऊपर तक पहुंचोगे भी नहीं और दोबारा से गिर भी सकते हो, कोई गारंटी भी नहीं है. Which person will go there? Why should you go there? टाइम भी ज्यादा लगता है, मुश्किल भी है. कुशा ग्रास लाओ, half close your eyes, concentrate on the nose, दिमाग को पकड़ के रखो. Everybody is following these kind of things nowadays. रोज WhatsApp मैसेज आते हैं. कुंडालिनी योगा, some भ्रमरी योगा, न्यूमरोलॉजी योगा, एस्ट्रोलॉजिकल योगा, all impersonalists. They want to enjoy the body. Nobody's interested in service. So with that, today I used a different method because there were questions. This is how other Bhakti Viksha leaders do their Gita class. हर वर्ष के बाद एक question answers होते हैं. So I just use those. Let's see how it.
Today, आज की क्लास बहुत अच्छी थी. हर श्लोक के बाद उसको चार्ट से समझना बहुत इजी था.
Yeah.
That's what we discussed na last time.
Yeah. And it's very interesting also.
Yes.
Yeah.
नींद नहीं
That 5 verses also.
नींद नहीं आती.
हाँ?
नींद नहीं आती इसमें.
5 verses. Okay. So was ekam shanti.
Echo हो रहा है बहुत.
वो सबके माइक ऑफ करने पड़ेंगे.
Yeah. एकम शास्त्रम किसी को याद है पूरा? Okay, so Archana, आप बोलिए. एकम शास्त्रम देवकी पुत्र गीतम. आपको याद है पूरा?
थोड़ा याद है, बीच में आपको ये करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ ठीक है, बोलिए.
एकम शास्त्रम देवकी पुत्र गीतम एको देवो देवकी पुत्र एव
नीलम
एको मंत्रस् तस्य नामानि यानि कर्मापि एकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविडं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. श्रीकृष्णं शरणं मम
वसुदेवं
सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु. कात्यायनाय महायोगिनी अधीश्वरी नंदगोपं सुतं देवीं पतिं मे कुरुते नमः. श्रीकृष्णं शरणं मम दासोऽहं कृष्ण तवास्मि.
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
Hari bol, you know the whole thing. Jai. Just one correction, it is not Vasudevam, because Vasudev is Krishna himself. But we are saying Vasudev Sutam, Vasudev ke bete. So it cannot be Vasudevam Sutam, Krishna ke bete. So Vasudevam Sutam.
Yes.
Okay, Hari bol, Sheetal, good to see you at the end of class.
Oh, I've been there. So should I say?
No, you have been there, video.
Okay.
जैसे if I see, only then I feel that you are there. Otherwise, I don't read कौन है कौन नहीं है.
I understand.
जिनकी फोटो दिखती है मेरे लिए वही प्रेजेंट है.
नहीं, I understand. अगली बार से वीडियो ऑन कर लूंगी. Raghav just troubles तो
whenever you can towards the end, it's good.
Yes.
End में. So thank you all for joining. मेरा गला अब सूख गया है बोल बोल.
Thank you, Vanita.
Class बहुत
Thank
अच्छे
you.
Thank you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.